Hello! I thought a very fun idea would be to show you my childhood ceramics because we have kept them over the years. I'm just going to show you mine, and maybe if Bethany wants to show you hers, she will in a different video I made when I was about 6 to 13 at the Montessori school. That we had an art teacher who would do ceramics with us, like I think at least 2 times a year. I'm not sure if there was more or not. It might have been 3 times depending. She had a low fire kiln, so we used low firing clay, and then we would just paint on this ceramic paint. I'm not exactly sure. All I remember is that it looked like you know how like paint comes in like that watercolor paint, you put stuff on there, and then we would cover it a pink clear glaze. As like we got older, that she had more actual like glaze containers. I don't quite remember how that worked, but it was low fire, so you had to fire it 3 times, right? Yeah, you had to fire it 3 times if you wanted to put clear on it, which I think we basically always did put clear. I'm going to start the earliest pieces and then go forward. And at this point of my life, I didn't really understand art or ceramics could be a thing that you do. Ha ha ha. Foreshadow. Into later in my life, but I actually think like mine pieces are kind of wibbly wobbly because I was a tiny child, but Bethany's pieces are actually I think more interesting, well made than mine ever were, because you'll see. Don't worry guys, I do get better as I aged. But you know, you're little and just having fun with clay. So without further ado, here's my childhood ceramics. These 2 pieces are, I think, my earliest pieces I made, and it was when I was 6 years old. We were talking about Chinese tea ceremonies. Oh wait, you know, this would make sense because we did Chinese New Year's inspired play when I was little. Okay, and I also should say that we had the same art teacher for 7 years. So there's her writing my name, but then this one I looked and it has my initials on it. So there's my 6-year-old handwriting. Huzzah! It's another early one, and it's supposed to be a snowman. It's also made by just putting 2 pinch pots together. And then look at this tiny little coil. But yeah, so there's that snowman. Then this one, it was supposed to be a candlestick. The inside got, you know, obviously it's not very functional because, you know, it's big, it's not even bigger than my hand. Very small candlestick there. So this is a leaf on a platter. When I was little, I used to like feeling this one. With this assignment, you had to pick a leaf and then just, you know, trace it. This one is cool because we made this, it was a marbling thing, so she'd put like colors in the water and then we'd use toothpicks to make it, and you just tap it at the surface and then do the same for the back, and that made that really thing. I like this one a lot. Those are cool. Now here is something really fun. So at one point there we were celebrating medieval day. My dad put together jousting and somebody brought in like a suit and armor thing. Yeah, so that was fun. It has all the things a dragon needs really, besides maybe wings. But the fun thing about this, I remember when I was little, I would shake it because the way we would make the pieces that were like this is that we would fill the inside with newspaper, and then when it's fired, the newspaper would disappear. When you got it, you could shake it and all these newspaper dustings would fall off. Okay, and now this sad sap, who's very damaged, his name's Super Bob, and he is a horse. Okay, right there is his little tag. But then his little saddle's broken and stuff. But he's very old. At least 12 years old is how old this horse is. So I'm just gonna lump these together because they're all in the same kind of theme. Thanksgiving theme things. So these are napkin holders. I have one more. I just didn't grab it apparently. And then this was my cornucopia. No, there it is. Woo! I think I made this one a little bit older. Anyways. Oh wait, and I forgot. And then this little turkey guy, which you know, totally looks like a turkey. See a little Thanksgiving in the back there. Okay, and now this cute little thing is a koala vessel, lidded vessel that you can open. And I made this probably when I was a little bit older because I put newspaper inside for it to stay up. I used to have an imaginary friend that was a koala, but then it has a little bow at the top. And I used to get so mad at people when they were like, koala bear, and I'm like, koala's not a bear, they're a marsupial. I don't know why I decided to make top of the mouth like right here, but the mouth's down here. This is a bird bath. The very obvious birds there. When we would take our parakeets out, we would put them in this little, let them play in this one, or Bethany's, I don't remember which one it was. Okay, now here's this guy, which is very damaged, but we sewed this piece of yarn, because at one point we also started to knit in that class. Wednesday was art day, which was also word search day, where for our morning work we would have a word search with our spelling boards we were studying. All the fun. Look, this is a house, which unbeknownst to me, foreshadowing for my future. But there it goes. Look, those are cool stamps. But it's broken now. That's okay. It's still, you can still tell what it is. Okay, now this one's funny. So the assignment was to make something that about what you want to be. So what I wanted to be when I grew up was a teacher, and so I made this chalkboard with little chalk pieces, and then I wrote a party at 4 o'clock. No homework this for the whole week. I was such a cool, inspiring teacher with ridiculous lesson plans, so, which, you know, may or may not happen in the future. Just have to see. There'd also be assignments for Mother's Day. You could pick what you wanted to make out of, like, option 4 or something. You could see imprints of shells here, there, and then great work here. And then this one was when I was a bit older, because look how much improvement I did with this envelope. So this was cool because I put the address of our house on it, but I'm not going to show you because you don't need to know where we live. This one, I think I made in 3rd grade. Now this is the weirdest one, because for some reason, when I was younger, I was obsessed with carrots and mustaches. and like putting mustaches on things. So, it's assignment for making a bell type thing. So I was like, I'm going to make a carrot with a mustache. And I thought it was the most hilarious thing ever. I don't know. But yeah, I put Mr. Carrot at the bottom. And then here's his eyes. And then his mustache. And then his beard. Yes. And then, okay, so funny story. So you see, I don't know if you can see the bell thing in there. Teacher had the kiln at her house. So I made a carrot piece to be the inside bell ringer. But then her dog ate it. I was really distraught about it. But then my friend Sarah, if you're watching, hello, she let me use her inside piece for it. This is one of the last things I made. It was probably in 7th grade. However, I only have the lid of it because the box exploded. And that's the only piece of mine that exploded when it came out in the kiln. But yeah, look you can see my penmanship has improved. So yeah. There we go. My ceramics from when I was little, from ages 6 to about 13. It's good that we kept these ceramic pieces, especially since that turned out to be my degree in college. Very foreshadowing things, and I had no idea. That I would do this in college or in my life at all. But I just remembered that's my favorite part of art class, making the ceramics and such. But yeah, that art teacher was really good. And she definitely inspired me in my later in life. And she would take us to the Art Institute and Frank Lloyd Wright houses and all different things. We saw a glass blowing demonstration one time. So yeah, she was a very good art teacher. Fun to look back on those things. And we always kept it out. And all of, like, our ceramics, we always kept them out around the living room and such. And it's good that we kept it because, you know, you can see where my starting point is. And how from feeble beginnings to, you know, professional things. Maybe one time we'll let Betty show you hers. And really, hers are much better. Very straight. You can see a clear difference between mine and Bethany's work. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed coming down memory lane with me. It's been pretty fun. So yeah, have a good day and I'll see you next time. Goodbye!